The very first time I did this play in front of an audience, right after that, a woman came up to me and said, you know, with the way things are in this country right now, I really needed to hear this.
There is an eagle in me, and the eagle flies among the rocky mountains of my dreams and fights among the Sierra crags of what I want.
I think the poetry and the political writings of Carl Sandburg are just as meaningful and timely and relevant and passionate and hopeful in 2018 as they were when he first sat down at the typewriter over 100 years ago.
You will come one day in a waver of love, tender as dew, impetuous as rain.
Most people, if they think of Carl Sandburg at all, they think of him as the guy who wrote that poem that I had to learn in grade school. The fog comes on little cat feet. It sits looking over harbor and city on silent haunches and then moves on. Well, he wrote that poem. He wrote thousands of poems. He won the Pulitzer Prize for poetry. He also won a Pulitzer Prize for history for his biography of Abraham Lincoln. He was a newspaperman for years for the Chicago Daily News. He wrote a book about the 1919 Chicago race riots that is still quoted today. He was an amazing man of so many talents. He said himself, "There are 10 men in me, and I do not know or understand any one of them." One of Carl Sandburg's many sides was an entertainer. He was a troubadour. And my goal in this show is to emulate what a performance of his might have been like. He traveled all over the United States. He played concert halls and theaters and community centers and people's living rooms, any place where people gathered. And he would sing folk songs from his own archive, an American Song Bag. I use about 11 of them in this show. He recited poetry. I do a lot of that. He talked about Abraham Lincoln. I quote from his biography. And he even told stories for children. They were called the Rutabaga Stories, 2 full volumes of stories. And I performed 2 of those in the play.
Then the fathers and mothers in the Rutabaga country sometimes tell the story of the White Horse Girl and the Blue Wind Boy.
I closed the show with a poem that Sandburg wrote that I hope will encapsulate everything that the audience takes away from this experience. Let a joy keep you. Reach out your hands and take it when it runs by.